March 10, 1944, over Germany. Second Lieutenant Charlie Brown is the co-pilot of a B-17 Flying Fortress. They're on a bombing run to Bremen, deep into enemy territory. The mission is going badly. Heavy flak, fighter attacks everywhere. Then a German 88mm shell explodes next to their cockpit. Shrapnel tears through the canopy glass. A metal fragment the size of a thumb hits Brown in the face, right cheek, just below his left eye. The impact is devastating. The shrapnel cuts deep, bone deep. Blood erupts, floods his oxygen mask, fills his eyes. He can't see, can't breathe, can't think. The pilot, Captain Robert Morgan, looks over, sees Brown slumped in his seat. Blood everywhere. Brown, stay with me. Brown tries to respond, can't. Blood is filling his throat, choking him. Morgan reaches over, rips off Brown's oxygen mask. Blood pours out. Brown gasps, coughs, spits blood. "I'm okay," he manages to say. He's not okay. Half his face is gone. The wound is catastrophic. The navigator climbs up from below, sees Brown, goes pale. "Sir, we need to get him to a doctor." Now, Morgan looks at his position. They're 300 miles inside Germany, 4 hours from England. "We're going home." "Brown, can you fly?" Brown nods, can't speak, just nods. For the next 4 hours, Brown sits in the co-pilot seat, blood running down his face, soaking his flight suit, dripping onto the floor. Every few minutes, Morgan or the navigator wipes the blood from Brown's eyes so he can see the instruments. Then the blood comes back. Brown never complains, never asks to be relieved. Just keeps his hands on the controls, keeps flying. German fighters attack twice more on the way home. Brown mans his station, calls out fighter positions. His voice is slurred, garbled, but he keeps talking, keeps helping. Over the English Channel, the bleeding gets worse. Brown is going into shock. His skin is pale, clammy, cold. Morgan radios ahead. Emergency, co-pilot critically wounded. Need ambulance on landing. He brings the B-17 down, lands at their base. The moment the wheels touch, medical personnel rush the plane. They pull Brown out, load him onto a stretcher. The medics take one look at his face and shake their heads. Brown has lost too much blood. The wound is too severe. He's not going to make it. But Brown does make it. Through emergency surgery, through blood transfusions, through months of recovery and reconstructive surgery, the doctors tell him he'll never fly again. The damage is too severe. He'll be medically discharged. Brown refuses. "I'm flying. I don't care what it takes." 6 months later, Brown is back in a cockpit. His face is scarred, the left side partially paralyzed, but he can fly. He completes 25 missions. A full combat tour. Every mission with that scar. That reminder of the day he should have died. After the war, Brown becomes a commercial airline pilot, flies for 30 years. People stare at his scar. Ask what happened. He always gives the same answer. "I got hit, kept flying. That's all." In 1984, 40 years after that mission, a flight surgeon interviews Brown for a medical study on combat injuries. "How did you stay conscious for 4 hours with that injury?" "You lost nearly half your blood volume." Brown shrugs. "I didn't have a choice. Morgan needed me. The crew needed me. So I stayed. But the pain doesn't matter when your friends are counting on you." The surgeon presses. "What kept you going?" Brown thinks for a long moment. "I kept thinking about my crew. 10 men. If I gave up, if I passed out, I'd be dead weight. A liability. They'd have to take care of me instead of fighting. So I stayed conscious, stayed useful. That's all that mattered." In 2008, Brown attends a reunion of his bomb group. He's 86 years old. The scar is still visible. Always will be. A young airman approaches him, asks about the scar. Brown tells the story. The kid's eyes go wide. "You flew for 4 hours, shot in the face? Why didn't you bail out, get medical help?" Brown smiles. The scar twists with a smile. "Because my pilot needed a co-pilot. My crew needed every gun. And I wasn't going to let them down over a little blood. A little blood, you almost died. Almost doesn't count. Either you die or you don't. I didn't, so I flew." That young airman later said, "I realized something that day. The difference between a good pilot and a great pilot isn't skill. It's not dying. It's refusing to die when your crew needs you." Lieutenant Brown stayed alive through sheer stubbornness. Because giving up wasn't an option, Charlie Brown died in 2010 at age 88. At his funeral, Captain Morgan spoke. He was 90 years old, voice shaking. "Charlie Brown saved my life that day, not by doing something heroic, but by not doing something. He didn't give up, he didn't quit. He sat in that seat for 4 hours, bleeding, dying, and he kept flying. That's the kind of man he was, the kind who doesn't know how to quit." That's the story of the co-pilot who flew for hours, shot in the face. Because sometimes, heroism isn't about charging into danger. It's about staying at your post when every instinct screams at you to quit. That's the story they never taught you in school. If you want more untold stories of World War II's bravest pilots, subscribe now. New mission drops every week. Which hero should we honor next? Tell me in the comments. Fly safe.